morning, yogis. Welcome to my family room. We will do a Vinyasa flow this morning. I had music on, but it turned off when I started videoing, so feel free to play your own music. And I will try to practice along with you. I might lose my breath. Just do your best not to lose your breath. So we'll keep breathing. We'll start this morning in child's pose. So starting on all fours, bring the toes to touch, knees out nice and wide. And then sink the hips back onto the heels. Walk the fingertips out and rest your forehead. And taking nice long deep breaths here. Breathing all the way down into that low back, down into that low belly. Walk the fingertips out a little bit more. Get a nice stretch through that side body. Maybe even lifting the elbows up off the mat. Maybe it feels good to walk the fingertips over to one side. If you took them over to the right, be sure to take them over to the left, even it out. Back to center. Make that breath nice and loud and deep. And on an inhale, come on up to all fours. Get nice and stacked. Stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And we'll take some cat-cows here. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. And exhale, rounding out that spine, dropping the chin to the chest, really pressing the earth away. And moving through a few rounds on your own with your own breath. Inhale, drop the belly, really exaggerating that curve in the back so we can warm up all those muscles along the spine. Let's take one more round here. And we'll meet in neutral spine when you're ready. And get set for your first downward facing dog. So curl the toes under, lift the hips high. And checking in here, your fingertips or your pointer fingers are on about 12 o'clock. Your thumbs are facing each other. And pressing the heels down toward the mat. And working out whatever's showing up, maybe pressing one heel. And press the other heel. Maybe lifting a leg, opening up. Just finding some freedom here to work out whatever's showing up for you this morning. And then finding your stillness, but keeping it active. Every exhale, pressing that chest a little closer to the thighs, pressing the heels a little closer to the floor. And pressing through the base of all 10 fingers. A couple more nice long deep breaths here. Start to walk your feet to meet your hands, coming into forward fold. And just hang and find your freedom here too, grabbing opposite elbows maybe bringing the fingertips to the back of the head, and just maybe letting everything fall to the floor. But wherever you are, dropping the head, getting length through that low back, tipping the tailbone toward the ceiling. Walk the fingertips to the outside of the right foot Bend the right knee and press into that left heel and drop the head. Walk the fingertips back through center. Walk into the outside of the left foot. Bend the left knee and press into that right heel and drop the head. And come back through center. Another breath or two here, getting nice and long in the spine. And then on an inhale, come out to a halfway lift. Bring the fingertips to the shins and press the shoulders toward the back of the mat and breathe here. Getting really long in that spine. And on your next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, inhale, root down through the feet, use the core, come all the way up for extended mountain pose. The palms are facing each other, fingertips are spread wide. Big inhale, and exhale, forward fold, release that out. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. And again, come in all the way up to your extended mountain pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands, come out to a high plank and hold your high plank. And dropping to the knees is a great option here. As long as you have a straight line from the knees to the shoulders and you're using your core, you are perfect. You come forward just a little bit, bringing those shoulders over the wrists and lower halfway down, squeezing the elbows into the ribs. And just hold your low plank. And roll to the tops of the feet, bring the chest right through those forearms for your upward facing dog. And hold here. Maybe it feels good to look over the shoulders. And then using those hips, using the core, lift back up into your upward downward facing dog. And breathe. To make your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, come out to high plank. This time going through your vinyasa with your breath, lowering as you exhale. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. We'll do one more sunny. So at the bottom of your next exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, come out to high plank, and go through your vinyasa with your breath. The bottom of your next exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bring those big toes together, knees together. Sink the hips nice and low. And inhale for chair pose. Remembering here, you want weight in your heels. Maybe you can even wiggle your toes. Point the tailbone towards the back of the mat and wrap the shoulder blades around the spine. And use your core. Holding that low belly up and in. Nice. One more big inhale here together. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, take your vinyasa. Nice. Let's bring our feet together at the back of the mat. Lift the right leg nice and high, flexing that foot. And then bend the knees, stack the hips, open up to the right side. that foot nice and high again. On an exhale, set it down. And take that stretch to the other side with the left foot nice and high. Bend the knees, stack the hips, open up. Extend that foot again. And on an exhale, set it down. Lift the right foot nice and high again. Step it through for your warrior one on the right. Excuse me. So checking in here, your right toes are on 12 o'clock, the right heel is over the right, or right knee is over the right heel. That back foot, pivot and plant, so the toes are on about 10 o'clock. And press into the outer edge of that left foot. Square the hips to the front of the mat. And breathe. One more big inhale here together. And exhale, plant the hands, step that right foot back to high plank. Go through your vinyasa. Lift the left foot nice and high. Step it through warrior one. Nice. One more big inhale. And exhale, plant the hands, step that back, go through your vinyasa. Excuse me. At the bottom of your next exhale, make your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Let's bring the fingertips straight out in front of you, sink it a little bit lower, and open up to the right. And sweep that hand back in front of you, open up to the left. Sweep that hand back in front. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale, plant the hands, go through your vinyasa. Reach the right foot nice and high, step it through warrior one. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, coming out to warrior two. That's my dog. And checking in here, your right toes are still 12 o'clock. That right knee is still over the right heel. Drop the shoulders. And clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, humble warrior. Dropping to the inside of the right knee and dropping the head. Releasing the hands, bringing both hands to the mat. So they're kind of pointed over towards the corner of your mat, and just fold. Sink it a little lower. And either staying right here or coming into bound side angle or bound warrior from here by reaching the right hand under the right thigh and the left hand around the small of the back, reaching for those hands and clasping them together and opening up the shoulders. If you have that bind, go ahead and release. Bring the fingertips down again. Sink it nice and low. Get that good stretch. And then using the core right back up to warrior two. Nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step the right foot back and go through your flow. And reach the left foot nice and high, step it through warrior one. Nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, warrior two. And again, set your warrior two. Maybe if you need to readjust your feet, keeping it nice and strong. And clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, look up. And exhale, fold, humble warrior. Drop the head. And bring your hands down onto your mat, pointing the fingertips kind of over toward that right corner of the room. And sink it nice and low, keeping those feet nice and strong. And either staying right here or moving into bound warrior by bringing the left hand under the left thigh and reaching the right hand around the small of the back. If you have the bind, release it, plant the hands, sink it nice and low. One more time. Using those strong legs, come up to warrior two. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step it back, go through your vinyasa. We'll take one more sun B, one breath, one movement. So at the bottom of your next exhale, walk or jump your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back to your high plank, go through your vinyasa. And when you get there, warrior one on the right. One big inhale. And exhale, plant the hands, step it back, go through your vinyasa. And when you get there, warrior one on the left. And then as you exhale, plant the hands, step it back, go through your vinyasa. Nice. And let's take a reset here. Either finding child's pose, excuse me, staying in down dog, coming out to high plank, or just sitting. Sometimes I like to just sit and release my shoulders. So finding what works for you. Get that heart rate back down, nice deep breaths. Whenever you're ready, let's meet back in downward facing dog. Lift that right leg nice and high again, and step it through for crescent lunge. So you're going to stay high on the toes of the back foot. That back heel is right over the toes. Take up lots of space on your mat. And wiggle it forward so the right knee is right over that right heel. And sink the hips nice and low. Either leave the hands right where they are, or heart center, or maybe all the way up for crescent. Wherever you are on your next exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, get nice and long through that spine. And exhale, twist to the right, bringing left elbow outside the right knee. Nice. And come back to center. Plant both hands on either side of that right foot. And just start to straighten the right knee, coming into a really wide pyramid pose. Maybe dropping the head. slowly start to bring that right knee back over the right heel. Pivot and plant the left foot and come up and around to your warrior two. Nice deep inhale here. And as your exhale, come down to your side angle. So right hand comes inside the right foot, or maybe elbow to knee, left fingertips high. Wherever you are, being careful not to jump into the right hand or the right shoulder. Get nice and lifted. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, just sweep that left hand right up over the ear, coming into extended side angle. On an inhale, reach the left fingertips high one more time. And exhale, plant both hands, step the right foot back, and go through your vinyasa. Lift the left leg nice and high, step it through, crescent lunge on the left now. So wiggle that left foot out, take up lots of space, and drop the hips. Nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, get nice and long. And exhale, twist. Nice. And take a peek down. Bring your hands to either side of that left foot. Start to straighten that left knee. And take that really wide pyramid. Being careful here, both hips are still square to the front of the mat. Bring that left knee back over the left heel, pivot and plant the right foot, up and around warrior two. Nice big inhale here, and as you exhale, side angle on the left. Big inhale here, and as you exhale, extended side angle, reach the right fingertips toward the front of the mat. Get really long here. Inhale, reach the fingertips high, and exhale, plant both hands, step that left foot back, and go through your vinyasa. Very nice. Let's come down to all fours. We'll set up here for a version of side plank. So leaving the right hand planted and the right knee, and swing that right foot out a little bit to give yourself a little more stability. And open the hips up, open that hand up, plant that left foot at the back of your mat. So you're going to really be rooted in that left foot, planting all the way through the outer edge, and lift the right knee. And don't forget to breathe. Hold that core in nice and tight. Start to lower that right knee back down. Big inhale, and exhale back to all fours. If it feels good to sink the hips back to reset, maybe sit up and shrug the shoulders. We'll take that on the other side. So now leaving the left hand planted and the left knee planted, swing open to the right, plant into that right foot, all the way through the outer edge, and lift the left knee up. Lifting the hips, using that core. Start to lower that left knee. Big inhale here. And exhale back to all fours and find a quick reset. Whenever you're ready, we'll meet back in down dog. Nice deep breaths here. And then walk your feet to meet your hands, coming in a forward fold. Let's bring the feet out a little wider, maybe under the hips, maybe even a little bit wider. And grab onto those peace finger or your big toes with peace fingers. Inhale, get nice and long through the spine. And exhale, fold deep. And release that grip. Reset your feet under the hips. Just come up to your mountain pose. So palms face forward, stacking shoulders over hips, over heels, holding that core in nice and tight. Start to bring the weight into that left foot. You're going to bring the right knee into the chest and hold on to it with the left hand. Lift the right fingertips high. And then reach the right fingertips out in front of you, staring at a spot that's not moving. And maybe start to open up to the back of the mat. And bring that hand back around to the front. Lift both fingertips high, kick that right foot out. And then make your way to airplane. So sweeping that right foot back, keeping the hips level. The right toes are pointed down towards the mat and the chest is lifted, palms facing the mat. From here, hinging at the hips, bring the fingertips down to standing split. Drop the head. And bring that foot down, shake it out. Excuse me. And finding your mountain pose again. Start to bring the weight now into that right foot. And bring the left knee into the chest, flexing that left foot. And holding onto the left knee with the right hand. Sweeping the left fingertips up high. And either staying right here or maybe starting to bring the left fingertips around behind you. Oops. And sweep the left fingertips forward again. Bring both hands up, kick that left foot out, and sweep back to airplane. Really paying attention to those hips. Think about keeping them level. And then slowly start to hinge at the hips, bring the fingertips down, drop the head, standing split. And bring that left foot down. Shake it out. Nice. We'll take tree. So finding that mountain pose again. And bringing the weight into the left foot. And the right foot can come either right on the ankle, the shin, up to the thigh. Finding that spot, find your drishti, find your spot that you can look at, and bring the hands to heart center. Maybe we just want to stay right here today, or if you want to take your arms up or out, or clasp, wherever you're at, just find your tree. Use your core. Think about pressing that left hip back under the left shoulder. out whenever you're ready. We'll shake that out, find your mountain pose one more time, and start to bring the weight into the right foot and come into tree on the left. Again, your body will tell you when it's time to come out. It's coming back to your mountain pose when you're ready. Start to move again. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands, come out to high plank and go through your vinyasa. From your down dog, lift your right foot nice and high. Step it all the way through warrior two. Let's flip that right hand over, reverse your warrior. Bring the right fingertips high. The left fingertips can go down that left leg, maybe around the small of the back. Start to straighten that right knee and reach for that right wrist with your left hand for sky archer. Release that clasp, bring the hands out to a T, and make your way into your triangle. Reach the right fingertips as far as you can, and then drop them outside that right foot. Lift the left fingertips high for triangle. Think about pressing that left shoulder to the back edge of that mat, and spiraling the right ribs forward. And doing your best to keep your head in line with your spine, not letting it drop. And breathe. And press into both feet here. Use those legs. Couple more breaths here. And using that core strength, come up to standing. Point all 10 toes to the front edge of the mat, or the side edge, the long edge. Get nice and wide here. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, look up, press those hips forward. And exhale, take that nice wide-legged forward fold. Start to reset the hands under the shoulders. Come out to a halfway lift here. Get nice and long. Just hold here with that core pulled in. Nice. Just walk the fingertips over to the front edge of your mat. Step the right foot back to high plank. Go through Vinyasa. Lift that left foot nice and high, step it through a warrior two. Flip the left hand over, reverse your warrior. Start to straighten that left knee. Reach the right hand up, grab onto that left wrist, sky archer. Release the grip, come out to arms to a T, and make your way into triangle. Reach those left fingertips forward, then drop them outside the left foot, right fingertips high. Start to bring that left hand down, plant both hands, step the left foot back to high plank, and lower all the way down to your mat. Just take a moment, rest a cheek. Just relax, feeling that ground underneath you. Set up now for locust. So bringing your chin to the mat, palms face down along your sides. Bring your toes to the mat. And on an inhale, lifting the chest, lift the arms, lift the feet. Pointing those big toes towards each other. And looking right out over the short edge of your mat. Press the fingertips to the back of the mat. One more big inhale. And exhale, fold. And then release, sorry. Setting up for our second locust. Same way, bring the chin to the mat, palms face down, toes on the mat, and inhale, lift. And exhale, release that down. We'll go one more time. You can either take locust again or reach for those ankles, then take upward facing bow. Wherever you are. On your next inhale, lift. If you have bow, really pressing those feet towards the back edge of your mat. One more big inhale. And exhale, release that down, windshield wiper the feet. And press yourself up to all fours. We'll sink the hips back just for a breath or two. Come up through all fours. Make your way onto your back. And setting up here for bridge pose. So bringing the feet close to the hips, about hip width distance apart. Pressing down through the feet, lift the hips. We want to be using the quads here, so really think about pressing the shins to the front of the mat so you can release the glutes and use the quads. One more big inhale. And exhale, release that down. And take a breath here to reset. On your next inhale, pressing down through the heels, lift the hips. And this time, maybe rolling the shoulders, clasp your hands behind your back, lift a little bit higher. Think about bringing that chin to the chest, or chest to the chin, I mean. On your next exhale, release that down. One more breath in. Big breath out. We'll take one more. So maybe this time you clasp your hands and come up onto your toes. Try to take it somewhere new. I like to really press into the triceps to get a little more lift. And on an exhale, release that out. Very nice. Windshield wiper the feet a little bit. And then bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide for your reclined butterfly. You can leave the arms down along your side, maybe up overhead. See what feels good here. Get ready to reset that core. So leaving the feet right where they are. Lift the shoulders off the mat. Reach the fingertips forward. And for a little extra challenge, maybe lift the feet a couple inches off the mat. We're just going to crunch forward for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring the knees in just for a breath. And rock yourself up to boat. So for boat, it's really easy to let that low back sink down. Really, I like to use my hands on my thighs, really pull that low back in, straighten up, and then bring my fingertips out. And bring the fingers a little bit higher. Big inhale, exhale, sweep them to the right. Inhale, center, exhale to the right, or left, I'm sorry. Inhale, center, exhale, right, center, left, center, right, center, left. One more each way. Center, right, center, left. Awesome. Bring those knees into the chest. Just bring the feet straight up to the ceiling. We'll take one more. So lifting the shoulders off the mat. Bring your fingertips high and just reach for the toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that out. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe roll that out. Maybe take a happy baby. I'm going to get rid of, this is Sunday. Come here, Sunday. There you go. Usually she licks me if I'm laying down, so I consider that a win. And from here, we're going to move into recline pigeon, or recline half pigeon, I'm sorry. So bringing the right ankle over the left, and find your recline half pigeon. You can bring that left foot in, grab onto the back of the left thigh. Maybe press the right knee forward a little bit. Just finding that stretch. And I'll set a timer for this one. If you feel like you need to take this a little deeper, you can always hug that left knee in a little bit. Maybe start to straighten that left leg. Maybe even reaching for those toes. Just if you feel like you need to deepen a stretch. You don't want to get to where your hips are popping off the mat though, so don't take it too far. And slowly release. Maybe windshield wiper the knees. Oops. We'll set up for the other side by crossing the left knee now over the, or left ankle over right knee. And bring that right leg in as much as you need to feel that stretch. Keep readjusting this stretch if you feel like you're a little too comfortable. Take it a little bit deeper. Maybe straighten that right leg. Maybe not. Maybe reach through and reach for that foot. Slowly release that out. Windshield wiper the knees a little bit. Just find your release. For inversions, I'm going to keep you right on your mat because I don't know about you, but I don't have a lot of wall space. So either staying right here, bringing the feet up for legs up the wall. If you have a block or something handy, you can elevate the hips and take legs up the wall. Or if you're practicing shoulder stand and you want to roll up, then roll up to shoulder stand. Just take about 5 nice long deep breaths here. Wherever you are, slowly start to bring the knees into the chest. And roll back down. And hug the knees in. Maybe roll little circles on the back if that feels good. And then keeping the knees together, shoulders planted, let both knees fall over to the right side. And I like to use my hand on my knee for just a little bit more stretch. Look over the left shoulder. Using that core, come back through center. Maybe reset the hips. And then let them fall over to the left side. Look over the right shoulder. And reset the hips. Curl up into that little ball. Tighten everything up. And release to your Savasana. Nothing to do but lay long on your mat. Looking for any tension you might still be hanging on to. Releasing any tension in your ankles. Let the feet sway to the sides. Let your legs soften and your hips be heavy on the mat. Let your chest be heavy. Let the weight of your arms open your shoulders. Releasing any tension through the jaw. Release the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Laughing at my dog. Find that spot right between the eyebrows. Let it get nice and wide. Just soften through the forehead. And give yourself these last few minutes to just breathe. slowly start to deepen your breath. Bring some soft, gentle movement back to your body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Maybe turning the head from side to side. And rolling onto your favorite side for a few more breaths here in fetal pose. Bring yourself up and around to an easy seated pose. Bring your hands to heart center. And we'll just breathe here for a couple breaths. And bring your thumbs to your forehead. I wish you all a beautiful weekend. I wish you peace and good health, and I can't wait to see you again. Namaste. Thank you for joining me this morning. Can't wait to be back in the studio with you.